right, so welcome everyone to the Soul Station for Session 2, Lesson 3 on the subject of hate for a spiritual perspective with the spiritual bee. So what we're going to do for this session, we're going to start out with the blackboard. And as you recall, it's been a while. I've experienced some death in the family, and I'm just now getting back for your monthly reports. But I left you with an assignment to decipher in your own words what the meaning of hate is. What does it comprise of? So before we go into some scriptures, we're going to kind of jot down because, as I said before, we're trying to come up with a backronym, which I think means like turning a word. It's like giving it an acronym, making a word an acronym, but it's a backronym, right? So it's going to actually turn into a type of phrase, okay? So we're dealing with the subject of hate, okay? If you recall all of those scriptures from session 2, lesson 1, and lesson 2, we talked about the loose side of things, which is the love of us, which we're given a lot of order, it was like, don't hate your brother, how to treat your neighbor, and what hate does, and what God hates on the guilt side. God is love, guilt side of hate, and the orders of how to treat your brethren. It talked about how haters sow discord amongst the brethren, and how God hates people who cause discord and dissembles relationships out of attitude. It also talked about hidden hate, which was like the most dangerous hate, and how the Most High has a problem with that. So, as a teacher of sorts, I have learned that people live better when they can define things for themselves and not just go on how they've been taught, because many of us have been taught wrong, and we can't fault the past because they only gave us what they thought was right, okay? And we know that when it comes to hate, it deals with a lot of hostility, right? It deals with hostility, at least as far as I'm concerned, okay? It has a type of angst. It has a type of attitude attached to it, right? All right. And with T, it was not a lot, but we can deal with like turmoil, okay? Tumultuous behavior. This is the kind of assignment that I am giving you. You have to come up with your own thing. We may meet up in the middle, we may have some differences, but I am sure that once you define it for yourself, you can live up to your own expectations, okay? And when it comes to E, what I have found is that when it comes to hate, people feel entitled, okay? What do you mean by that? Okay, so nobody knows hate more than, say, melanated people, brown people, the black people, those enslaved, okay? We know hate like nobody else. But when you think about hate, not only is it an attitude which has been given to someone, just like you have to learn love, in my perspective, you have to learn hate. But it comes out of a type of entitlement, okay? And for many of us in the past, our ancestors had to deal with the hate because other people felt they were more entitled to the jobs, okay? Some people hate you because they feel like they're entitled to a position, okay? They're entitled to the spotlight, not knowing the backdrop oftentimes of why you're in that position, because man is not the only being that can promote you. God can promote you in ways that nobody will ever understand. And people wonder, how did you get there to why you're there? Because God says you're the best fit for that position. So hate can come out of a lot of things. But again, in my perspective, hate is a taught attitude. So at the end of the day, we need to come up with a backronym for ourselves, okay, of describing or giving a meaning to this unfortunate behavior, okay? So what I want to do at this point is just turn to a few scriptures for us to understand hate a little bit better, but we're going to be coming from the cool gel side of hate, which is the center of our love. Jesus is love. And we're going to look at some different perspectives about hate that may be kind of shocking to you, but it is totally in line with life today. So let's grab our Bibles, our highlighters, our pencils, our paper, whatever we need in order to get these scripts, and let's see what the Bible has to say in regards to this subject. All right, so if you are ready, I'm going to start with the Gill order. We're going to go to the Old Testament, and we're going to begin with Proverbs 8 and 13. So I may be a little sketchy because I got my notes everywhere, and like I said, I've been having a very busy week. We had a great loss in our family, and now I'm trying to get back on track with you. So Proverbs 8 and 13. Proverbs 8 and 13. And as you're looking for that, I'm going to go ahead and read. You can jot this down. You can read it later. It's a great subject of study that should be attended to. It says in verse 13, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way. And the forward mouth do I hate. What is a forward mouth? A hypocrite, somebody that says one thing and does another. Okay, so I think I mentioned this before in the last session. I was like, everybody hates a hypocrite, but sometimes you need to check yourself and see if you are also a hypocrite. Sometimes we judge others and we find out that in some other shape, form, and fashion, you may be just as guilty. Okay, so when it comes to hate, God said he hates evil. He hates pride. He hates arrogancy. And I can understand that, because someone is full of pride. It's like it's no room for change. The ego's in the way, just as well as arrogancy. Someone that knows everything. They got all the answers. Arrogancy. There's no room to learn. You're not a student. And you have to understand God is the master of master teachers. So if he can't teach you nothing, you're no good. So that's a karma in and of itself. Okay? And the evil way. Then those who are what I describe as a hypocrite with a forward mouth. You say something, but you can't back it up. Okay, let's go to Psalms 97 and 10. That's the book before Proverbs, okay? The book, just flip to the right, flip the pages towards the right. It's the book before Proverbs. And we're going to chapter 97 and verse 10. Okay. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. Well, what is evil? Okay, so it's a lot of things that needs to be defined, because sometimes you may think you know something and you realize that you don't. Okay, and we may be discussing this in the next session. Ye that love the Lord, you need to hate evil. This is a commandment. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Well, that's already letting you know evil is wicked. Wicked people do evil. Okay? They are full of pride and arrogancy. Okay? They are full of a forward mouth. They are good at dissembling discord amongst the brethren. Okay? Let's go to Proverbs 10 and 12. And that's the book again. Flipping to the left. Okay, and back to Proverbs 10 and 12. And we in the Gill side. God is love. Okay, but in Proverbs 10 and 12, hatred stirs up strife. Hatred stirs up strife. But love covereth all sins. And I know that to be true. You may know that to be true. You've had a person or people to really do you wrong and treat you very, what we quote unquote, in an evil way, and somehow you're able to forgive, and look past the fault, especially when they ask for forgiveness, right? Because love does cover a multitude of wrongdoing. It really does. But hatred stirs up strife. It stirs up trouble. It causes battles. It causes mischief because of what's going on within them. Okay? There's a battle going on within the person that is full of hate. So oftentimes, what are they going to do? They're going to project it onto you. They're going to project it onto society. Because there's a lack of understanding. Somebody's been taught wrong. Somebody's been taught more hate than love. Somebody's mind is narrow. They feel that they can't love outside of a race. They can't love outside of a immediate family. They can't love outside of a nation, but you can. Love is universal. Okay? Just like hate is universal, love is universal. You can be whatever you want to be. But I will admit that you have to be taught. None of us coming in this world just knowing. We came in receiving information. Okay? So, this is the guild order. Now, I got a really interesting story we get ready to break down in regards to hatred. You know, because sometimes people feel they love you and then something shifts. And then it's like they don't love you no more. But my question is it really love? Okay, so we get ready to dabble in a story that's very interesting in the Old Testament here in 2 Samuel 13. Okay, 2 Samuel 13. So sit back, relax, and prepare for a great story that I am about to share with you. If you're not at that place yet, jot it down and read it later. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister, and fair in other words is beautiful, whose name was Tamar. And Amnon, the son of David, loved her. And Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin. And Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. Okay? Now, when I look at this, I'm like, is this love or is this lust? Because we need to be able to devise the two. Okay? Verse 3. But Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Jonadab, the son of Shimeah, David's brother. And Jonadab was a very subtle man. And he said unto him, why art thou, being the king's son, lean from day to day? Wilt thou not tell me? And Amnon said unto him, I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. And Jonadab said unto him, lay thee down on thy bed and make thyself sick. So now it's time to put on an act. That's the first mistake right there. Okay? Becoming cunning. So Jonadab said unto him, lay thee down on thy bed and make thyself sick. And when thy father cometh to see you, or thee, say unto him, I pray thee, let my sister Tamar come and give me meat, and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it and eat at her hand. So Amnon lay down and made himself sick. And when the king was come to see him, Amnon said unto the king, I pray thee, let Tamar my sister come and make me a couple of cakes in my sight, that I may eat at her hand. Then David sent home to Tamar, saying, go now to thy brother Amnon's house and dress his meat. You know, that's your brother. Go on, it's cool. Go. He's asking for you. He needs you. You know, like most parents want brothers and sisters to be close enough when they need each other, they down for each other. They right there for each other. You see what I'm saying? Then David sent Tamar, saying, go down to thy brother's house and dress his meat. So Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house. And he said, lay down. And he was laid down. And she took flour and kneaded it and made cakes in his sight and did bake the cakes. coming out of love. You know, I'm getting ready to serve my brother. You know, he's sick. He needs me. That's special. That's very special. And she took a pan and poured them out before him. But he refused to eat. And Amnon said, have out all the men from me. Have out all the men. I want everybody out of my house. All the people out of my house. And they went out, every man from him. And Amnon said unto Tamar, bring the meat into the chamber, that I may eat of thy hand. And Tamar took the cakes which she had made, and brought them into the chamber to Amnon her brother. And when she had brought them unto him to eat, he took hold of her, and said unto her, come lie with me, my sister. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. Brother, what are you doing? Don't have me. I'm a virgin. Don't do this to me. Don't shame me. You know, there's a culture in effect here. And let me tell you something. And that culture is into this culture today. If that woman is raped, if she's molested, or anything like that, people tend to side with the man, even unto this day. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. And whether shall I cause my shame to go? She said, what I'm going to do with this shame? People going to be blaming me. I'm doing something out of love, and I'm getting ready to be hurt. But people are going to be blaming me. Women, wake up. And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. Yeah, you know, ain't nothing going to happen to you. You just be a fool and maybe cat. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of shame for me. Now, therefore, I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from you. Now, you can do this the right way. Just go ask the king, can we get together? Go ask the king for permission, for his blessing. You know, treat me right. Howbeit he would not hearken unto her. This is verse 14. Howbeit he would not hearken unto her voice. He wouldn't listen to her. But being stronger than her, forced her and lay with her. He raped her. That feeling was so overwhelming. You know, the Bible says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. It was so overwhelming. He would not hear her. So you can't tell me that that was love. He thought it was love because of the way he felt. But love don't do this. Love will be patient and kind and honoring. He didn't love her. He was in lust with his sister. Whatever kind of sister that was. Okay. Then watch this in verse 15 though. He done raped this woman, his sister. And in 15, the audacity of him. Then Amnon hated her exceedingly. That's a lot of hate. So that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love, or what I would say, the lust, wherewith he had loved her. And Amnon said unto her, arise and be gone. Now he done tossed her like trash. Okay? And she said unto him, there is no cause. This evil in sending me away is greater than the other than thou didst unto me. But he would not hearken unto her. He would listen to her. He done did something very shameful. Now, just that quick, he went from his so-called loving feelings into full-blown hatred. And I understand why. Because his conscience. He knew. He knew it was he knew there was karma behind that. Really, is the secret gonna get out? That's where it's coming from. So quick. How we change when we don't get our way, or when we do something that's so improper Now we projecting our bad behavior onto an innocent person. Think about that for a moment. This is coming from somebody you would trust. All right? So let's go into the cool gel side. We're going to go to Luke 14 and 26. We're going to the New Testament. That's Luke 14 and verse 26. If you don't have time to find it, that's fine. Just write it down and study it later. Luke 14 and 26. Now this is coming from Jesus, Jesus. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brother and sister, ye and your own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Now we discussed this in the last session. Like Jesus, like if you don't hate where did that come from? Because just in Matthew 5, you was teaching love in verses 43 through 44. Let's go to that real quick. Ye have heard that it has been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But he leveled up on it. Okay? It's not just a common physical law anymore. It becomes the law of the spirit. He says, but I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. But over here in Luke, somehow, his whole attitude changed, right? His whole attitude changed. Let's look at Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. Go back to the Old Testament. Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. All these books are kind of close together, okay? So after Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. And we're going to go to chapter 3 and verse 8. And I love Ecclesiastes because it breaks down the laws of nature, the laws of life. And verse 8 says, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, and a time of peace. Who's really setting the stage when we're dealing with time? Because it's a lesson to be learned. It has to exist in order for you to appreciate, to know what the opposite is. Remember, Paul said all things are permissible, but are all things edifying? Is it doing any good? Is it promoting? Is it progressing? Is it making things better in life? That's why laws come into being. Laws are necessary. Don't mean they're the truth, but they can be necessary. Especially when we're harming one another. Because to me, the only real crime is when you harm another person. Physically and financially. That's when you need to be serving time. Anything else can be dealt with. But that's a different kind of wrong. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to close out on Psalms 139, 21, and 22. Just go back a couple of books. And we're going to do verses 21 and 22. Again, another attitude about hate. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate you or thee. And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. This is David talking. You know, the one Tamar's father that we just read about, whose son just raped her, who went from all of this so-called love to an instant hate. Why? Because he knew he had did something wrong and it needed to be covered up. It was in his conscience. It may not be written, but I know. I know. Okay? So we're dealing with hate. And it says in Ecclesiastes 3, it's a time for everything. I wonder why it's a time for hate. In my experience, hatred has taught me a lot about myself. So the Most High may send you an enemy to elevate you so you can look in your own mirror, so you can see the weaknesses in yourself to see where it is where you need to improve. Because maybe you didn't never know hate. Now you have to know a little hate, even within yourself, to know which side of the fence is better for you in your walk in this life, on your journey, on your path to your higher consciousness, to your higher self. Okay? So again, even though this is the climax for the subject of hate, I'm still urging you to do the assignment and come up with a backronym. Find your own meaning for hate. What does it really mean to you? Having angst, hostile attitude towards entitlement. Because at the end of the day, hate, as far as I'm concerned, has a lot to do with somebody feeling entitled. And I'm going to leave it here until the next lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to support the station. Give some thumbs, some likes, share with your friends. This is a very necessary message, and I hope to see you for the next one. But until then, I pray that truth be your happiness and your healing. Welcome back to the Soul Station here with the Spiritual Beat. I hope you all are doing well and that you had a chance to check out the climax study for the subject of hate. I think the last one was pretty damn interesting. If you watched it, I think you thought that as well. You know what I'm saying? It took a little longer than I had. I don't know if I really expected it or not. It's a little longer, so these vids are a little longer than normal. And yeah, I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of rambling. So I'm late because we had another passing in our family right up to the anniversary date of my mother's first year passing. And I lost my nephew. So please, prayer warriors, those of you who are acquainted with me already and those of you who are not, who are truly tapped into the spirit, pray for my sister. You know, it's nothing like losing a child. If you ever lost a child, you know that's a different kind of pain and a different kind of void. Okay? Pray for her and her eldest son. You know, they were the closest, right? And then for me and the rest of my family and his friends, the prince is gone and he will be missed, and he was truly loved. And his transitioning was so beautiful to me because I got to witness his redemption. And I know he got his wings, you know. And the way he got to exit this world, everybody don't get an opportunity to do it quite like that. So that's why I urge people to live your truth, live with integrity, live with with great character, because life is brief. Sagaru said life is brief. We got to give it our best and avoid, or try to overcome those weaknesses where, it puts us in like childlike demeanor. You know what I'm saying? It's time to wake up and grow up. Okay, so your external all over energy is coming out of the sign of Leo for the month of October. You may already be in this energy or about to approach it as this forecast is released. And your external and underlining energy is from the house system of the 10th house. Work, status, and public life. So your 10th house would be, I think, Virgo. Yeah, Virgo. That's where your success lies, in your 10th house. Okay, that's your midhaven. So we're going to go ahead and see what's going on with this Leo ascendant. Leo ascendant personality is spirited. And you may have Leo strongly expected in your chart as well. Or it could actually be your ascendant. Your Leo ascended personality is spirited, noble, and charming. Wherever you go, happiness radiates. You thrive in social situations and occasions where you can educate or entertain. You strive for the best life has to offer. Your outward demeanor is playful, affectionate, and social. People are drawn to your enthusiasm, humor, and magnetic personality. You are fun, optimistic, and generous. Your purpose is to uplift others with your bright, sunny, and positive attitude. People enjoy being around your warmth, high spirited energy. You encourage others to feel hopeful and joyful. Beautiful energy. And that is, Leo, very outgoing personality. I'm hearing the word thrive. I think this is what's going to make you thrive in life. Okay, and when it comes to your 10th house, it represents the level of ambitious drive you exhibit, especially in your work environment. The 10th house is very goal oriented. This house is where the midhaven lies. The zodiac sign that is placed in your 10th house characterizes your professional world. It symbolizes social and public status, your sense of responsibility, and your place in the community. The path of the 10th house is paved by your motivation and personal actions. It's up to you to take responsibility for achieving your aspirations for success. And we know that's true. And for some reason, yesterday, I was looking for one thing, but the success beads kept coming up. And one thing, every last one of them let you know there is a price to pay. There is a real price to pay for success. You know what I'm saying? And if you're in it, you know what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and get you a reference word for the month of October. Let's see what's going down. Reference word for the month. There you go. Okay, you got 8 and ring. Is it an 8-carat ring? I don't know. Maybe it's 8 o'clock you're going to get a ring. I don't know, like a telephone call or something. 8, and then in the sub is ring. Maybe it's 8 in this ring, like a group. I don't know. Let's see what the cards say. All right. So Source, we are with our beautiful eagle feathers. What's going on with them for the month of October or for the rest of October? I don't know. I just do the work. Okay. What's going on with eagle feathers for October? What's going on? Overall, you have the Knight of Swords. I kind of like that. It's based on the 3 of Cups. 9 of Cups is your expecting energy. It's coming out of the Page of Wands. And your outcome is the 8 of Cups. We have conflict and a challenge. And we have your supported blessed energy. But your underlying energy is the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And this is just knowing or picking the direction to go in. Okay? Or this is saying first things first. I'm going to do this first and then I'll get back to this later, okay? It's about trying to balance things out, or maybe you have a choice between two, okay? And I see that overall, you have this urgent, swift energy coming through. This could be you or someone with a lot of air in their chart, okay? Coming in for the charge, okay? This is the charge, okay? So this is definitely about spending money. Some of you may have been kind of I don't know if your account has been frozen. Or you've been halting on something, like, I'm just gonna freeze for a minute, you know what I'm saying, before I lock myself into this expense, whatever it is. Okay, there's some payment here. I don't know if it's coming. It seems like it's going out. So I feel like this is coming from you. It's based on something that you really like, and it may be something that you're purchasing in terms of a partnership here. Y'all putting something together. Maybe it is a party. It's October. Okay, we can already hit all of the holidays. Okay, so maybe you're going to a costume party or something for Halloween or House Eve. I don't know what you celebrate. I'm more of a naturalist. I'm nothing against Halloween. I think it's fun, but I feel like you have a lot you have to watch out for. But as a naturalist, I'm more into House Eve and I'm trying to think of what we call it during the fall celebrations. Um, but this is a group of girls, your partnership. I feel like this. I keep feeling this is a party. And then I'm hearing support for a partnership. Supporting a partnership. Let's see what the reason is for this Page of Wands. It's definitely, I see somebody liking somebody within the group. Okay, there is a natural attraction here in the group, but it's already somebody involved. I don't know, somebody you feel close to, somebody that's more protective of you, somebody who would like to get with you, but you're close to this person, but your interest is with somebody else in this group. That's probably more new. They're more new in this group. Prince of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Something is necessary. It's necessary. You got to get everything you need. You got to fulfill these desires, because there's a lot of desires here. Okay? Maybe how you want it fixed up, the decors, the invitations and whatnot. This could definitely be the part that's needed in terms of the plan, in terms of the partnership. Maybe because this is equal. Maybe you splitting it 3 ways. I don't know. But I know that you decided to go a particular route. You know where you want to set sail. You know where you want to go. Okay? And I see that you are taking in some notes, that you are studying somebody else's craft that's pertaining to you. Maybe you're new to this craft and you're studying other people online. Maybe you attended a presentation like an arts and business council. This was the same energy that was in Libra. This is definitely about being of service. This is something that you like to do. This is your interest. You like to have parties. You like to serve. Some of you may be into bartending. Okay, and you're paying for this bartending school, so now you're doing all of that online. You don't have to go to a physical classroom anymore, so you're studying online. All right, but this is definitely taking interest in someone. You have a true interest in someone. I think you watch this person while you're at work. Maybe that's the only time you have to do certain things. I'm hearing serve. I don't know if you are considering somebody that you want to serve, your party, the food, the drinks. But you got to get all this stuff together. The decors. Now, I know some of you are in a trice. You got somebody. Some of you, this is, I really feel like I'm talking to the males. It's somebody that you are really interested in. You watch them online. You are very attractive. You may have even connected with this person before. I feel like it's going to be a charge. I don't know, a credit card charge. Or if you're going to charge something to their account, or maybe some type of support. Maybe you recognize that it's necessary, that they can use the support here. This is like this could change things. This could transform a situation. This could transform your lifestyle. This could make a difference. Whatever this is, this could make a difference. It's transforming though. And I know that at the end you're going to leave something behind. I don't know if it's a workplace, because you're building your own business. This is an investment. Or you're going to leave this relationship that you're already in. Or you just going to take all the information that you can gain and then you're just going to leave it behind? For some of you, this is an actual journey, and you are being led to go on this journey. You are literally being led to go on this journey. Some of you, or maybe you, are going to pay someone to come on a journey. I feel like you can use them. Like you like their work. So you may be hiring somebody, but there's a charge. And then for some of you, this could be to personally assist you in this. I don't know, maybe you're sitting 8 to the table. Maybe the date is going to be on the 8th. Because I kind of feel like for some of y'all, this is a marriage, a potential marriage. Even though I don't see the cards here. But it feels like it's online. And I'm also hearing buy a bride. Buy a bride, okay. The conflict here is the 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, and that's either dealing with how to replies, the correspondences, or a return, coming back from a flight. It's a conflict. I don't know why. I don't know if it's got something to do with the payment or the time. But you got a lot of 8s in here. That's significant. Because 8s deal with new beginnings, but they're like abrupt. It's like dramatic. It's like something outside of your power. It's like, okay, I can give you an example. It's like when, say for instance, when a person becomes a grandparent, and it's like you didn't know it was time. You still feel young. You like your whole life just changed. You're going from one level to another level, but you didn't ask for it. It was forced upon you. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, something that you have to adjust to. And it's here. This is something you're going to have to adjust to, or they're going to have to adjust to. But there's a cost here. There's a cost here. And the conflict is about getting all the, people turning in their information, getting the responses, getting the RSVPs. I don't know if there's something that you may need some help with. Maybe you can't handle it alone. But you're definitely going to get some news here. This is an opportunity. And I feel like you're going to leave where you at. I don't know if this is a partnership. I don't know if this is just a place where you work, where you have friends that you kick it with. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely have choices, because Scorpio is known for being sexy now. So we know you definitely have choices here, but I feel like you're going to leave that behind. You're going to leave that group behind because you see something better for yourself. You got these visions, you know what I'm saying? These visions of lollipops dancing in your head. And what's going to be your supported blessed energy is the 6 of Wands. That's taking the lead, okay? Or accepting a leadership position. There's some victory in this, okay? Or this could be the person that's coming to help you. It's going to be a blessing to you. This person could be online. Again, this person could be online. This person is strong. This person is a revolutionary. They can change things around. They can make it better, okay? This person, I'm hearing intellect. This person is an intellect. Or this is you. For some of you, this is a new job, but it's like leadership. It's like, I don't know if you're a team leader. This is 8 in the ring, but this is 6. So maybe you're looking for 2 more people to add to this group, especially if you're the one that's in charge. You're the boss. You pay the cost to be the boss here. This is somebody who gets attention. Not that they're looking for it. I doubt it. This person seems very serious. They just get it because of who they are, because of how they work, because of their strength, because of their abilities, because of their intellect. And that's going to be a blessing to you this month in October. Okay? They're going to be your support this month in October. So let's go ahead and get you a spiritual Bible oracle message. If you've not supported the station, please do that now. Thank you so much. Let's see what's happening. A lot of exploration is going on here. See this? I keep saying you're going to thrive because you're going to pay the cost. See, because with success, didn't I just tell you that? There is a cost. There is a price to pay for success. It's not free, it's not easy, and it's not overnight. But these 888s is causing a major change. It's drastic. It's kind of forced upon you. You have to do it, but you will adjust and you will love it in the end. It will be beautiful in the end. You know what I'm saying? But you have to pay the cost. And you have to walk away from something else. Or this person is leaving and coming towards you. Because this could be a journey for you or a journey for them. Whatever it is, you journeying together. Okay? So 8 is your number. 8 is your number. 888 may be your number. You may be seeing that. Okay? That's the angels getting your attention. It's about some change. You have a consensus. Didn't I say this was a group? This is a group effort. Yeah, this is a group effort, making a decision about somebody else. You know, this is like having a meeting and they discussing somebody and what they want to do. I don't know if this is kind of like plot planning and strategizing. I don't know if this is positive or negative on your end. I don't know. But I'm going to leave it here for you to find out. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Soul Station here with the Spiritual Bee for another one. You know, I can't wait to bring you your next forecast. But until then, pray for me and my family and take care of yourself. Hotel.